legacy of service, leadership endures. We thank them both for their service and sacrifice. May Brett's spirit soar with the Blue Angels today.
What happened with the sound?
We got it working at the end. Yeah. I have no idea.
Still to come here at the 2025 Wings Over South Texas Air Show, being presented by Thomas J. Henry Law. The United States Army Golden Knights, once again high overhead, taking off right now. We're going to be climbing 8,000 feet. That's a mile and a half above our heads. As we get ready for a mass demonstration by the United States Army Golden Knights with us this weekend. Randy Ball still to come in the MiG-17. This is an incredible aircraft. Again, an actual Russian MiG fighter that was built in Russia, served in Russia until at least 1990 when it was numerous free fall jumps, technical training, and public speaking exercises. The Golden Knights were formed in 1959 and gained their name in 1962 for their winning record. The Golden Knights are based out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. "12 o'clock high, the C-147. And again, we're waiting for the call because we won't be able to see anything until that smoke canister pops. We can't tell. Oh, here we go. We got smoke coming down. Jumper is away. Coming at us at 120 miles an hour, members of your United States Army Golden Knights. Matter of fact, their announcer is on the way down, Sergeant First Class Shelby Guerreri from New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. She has 623 jumps, and she's under canopy. Again, you can't tell from this way distance or this far away, but she's actually controlling the direction of flight by pulling on the control cable to the right or to the left. They can actually steer the direction of the parachute. Has a forward air speed of about 22 to 25 miles an hour. And again, operates under the principle of the Wright brothers' first aircraft. The Wright brothers' first plane did not have ailerons. They weren't designed yet. They actually turned the aircraft by warping the wing. And the same process is under canopy right now. The parachute actually works that way. By pulling down on the control cable, she actually causes the left or right side of the parachute to stall and then turn in that direction. Many times, the skydivers will fly a pattern very similar to an aircraft, a downwind, base, and pilot. Now she pulls on the cable. She does the spiral down. This is a way for a jumper to lose altitude quickly and get back on the ground a little bit faster.
Yeah, this guy lost his American Express. He needs to come up here with ID in order to play. Get him to sign the back of the
Again, spiraling down now. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, she can hear you up there. So let's welcome her back down. Flying the MIA flag. Sergeant First Class Shelby Guerreri. Here she comes. Again, out in front, you saw the banner flopping in the breeze. That is ground zero. That's the landing zone. Let's see how she gets it. All right, now watch. You can actually see the control cable, so she'll pull down on the right or left, steer the parachute where she wants to go. There's your downwind. There's your base. And now let's get ready to turn on final. And as they get close to the ground, she'll pull down on both control cables at the same time. The parachute will stall, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A nice 2-point landing. A big round of applause. Super job.
extensively on a small the parachute. Created initially to save a pilot's life. He jumped from his disabled aircraft, parachuting through modern aviation technology to become the extreme sport of the 20th. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sergeant First Class Shelby Ganeri, originally from New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. And the jumpers are out and have ignited their smoke. You can immediately see the separation our wingsuit obtains through its superior glide ability. The normal jumper has his arms at his sides, knees locked, and toes pointed, gaining as much lift as humanly possible, but is nearly incomparable to the wingsuit performance. Once into flight, the wingsuit inflates and pressurizes around the jumper. With this additional flying surface, he glides, much like a flying squirrel, through the air at speeds of over 180 miles per hour. Watch as he flies right past the other jumper, who is already under parachute. Watch as the wingsuiter opens his main parachute. There you have the wingsuiting ability of the United States Army Golden Knights. From mythology to children's books, angels and birds, mankind has always dreamt of flight.
Want to go grab that?
Form, taking flight on wings of our own has long captivated the imaginations of many. This dream of human flight is a reality for the wingsuiter. The Eiffel Tower in 1912 is recognized as the first attempt to fly a wingsuit. The first prototype wingsuits were showcased together in 1999 at the World Free Fall Festival. After the turn of the millennium, commercial design became available, and now we have wingsuits that are airlocked and inflate via ram air around the wingsuiter. Wingsuits can reach a glide ratio of 3-to-1 and are capable of gaining altitude in their flight profile of up to 100 meters of climb before either returning into a descent or opening their main parachute. It also matched the glide ratio of high-performance canopies and fly with them in formation. Although capable of the same glide as a parachute, a wingsuit jump still requires the use of a parachute. The next dream is the ability to routinely land with just the wingsuit. In 2010, former Golden Knights Staff Sergeant Ben Gordner set a wingsuit world record. Exiting at an altitude of 32,000 feet, Staff Sergeant Gordner traveled 11.5 miles and was in free fall for over 6.5 minutes. Each year, wingsuit designs are continually evolving, providing more opportunities to break more records. Watch as these jumpers bring it into the target area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have ever wondered what would happen if a parachute did not work, then watch closely, because you are about to find out. In a matter of moments, our next jumper will perform our dramatic cutaway maneuver. A single jumper wearing 3 parachutes instead of the 2 we normally wear will intentionally cause his first parachute to malfunction, demonstrating a procedure that would normally take place should an actual emergency occur. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention high overhead. Our distinctively painted C-147 is inbound, and the jumper is out and has ignited his smoke as he flies to his opening point. This jumper is wearing 3 parachutes instead of the 2 we normally wear. He will open his first parachute much higher than normal and intentionally unintentionally cause it to malfunction. Please do not be alarmed when this first parachute hits the street. There is absolutely no danger to the jumper.
That's a videographer above it.
This is a perfectly good parachute and can be landed. However, the jumper will reach up and release one side of the parachute, causing it to malfunction. This jumper is now accelerating earthward at speeds in excess of 90 miles per hour. It would be impossible for this jumper to survive a landing, so he must release it, return to free fall, and open his main parachute. This is the same procedure a free fall parachutist would use if he were to have a problem with his main parachute. Reserved for the auxiliary parachute used by the Golden Knights.
It's coming down
Also
for
a
recovery,
flexible
okay?
wing glider, such as the one you see here. However, there are some differences. It is white in color, it is slightly smaller in wing surface area, with a much greater forward speed of up to 80 miles per hour.
I sure hope the wind
We thought jumping out of a plane was enough excitement for anyone. But for some, that is not enough. This jumper, on his 84th square-foot parachute, can manage slow flight. Pull the wing into steep turning dive, leveling the wing, his body merely inches off the ground. Reaching speeds of over 100 miles per hour.
right over the top of it.
The parachutes used by the Golden Knights
If
are
it lands
flexible
close by,
wing
we'll just
gliders.
grab it.
Constructed of a lightweight ripstop nylon, these parachutes have an inherent forward airspeed of up to 22 miles per hour. To turn left, the jumper pulls down on the left steering line. To turn right, the jumper simply pulls down on the right steering line. As this jumper nears the ground, he will pull down on both steering lines simultaneously for the safest and softest possible landing.
Final hot pass.
Watch as he brings it into the target area. It takes a great deal of concentration to land dead center on the target. Watch for a beautiful target area landing. The next pass. If the release floating parachute you see does float towards you, please do not attempt to catch or retrieve it. Our recovery team is on its way. While each of the jumpers will repack their parachutes, a certified parachute technician must repack the reserve every 180 days, whether it is used or not. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention high overhead. Our jumpers are out, and the smoke is on. We now have members of the Golden Knights rapidly approach the speed of 120 miles per hour. The initial part of this formation is called the base, and it forms quickly as these initial jumpers slide their bodies together while interlocking their arms and legs to form the nucleus of the formation. At 4,500 feet, the jumpers will continue to glide, then separate and perform our bomb burst maneuver. A tribute to all of you at today's show. Now, as you may have guessed, these jumpers are faced with a unique situation. A traffic jam in the sky. They must gain vertical separation to allow for individual approaches into the target area. This is accomplished by pulling down on the front part of the parachute, spiraling at speeds of over 60 miles per hour. This allows them to set up a traffic pattern, just like you might see aircraft at a busy airport. At 1,000 feet, These jumpers will do what is called a wind penetration check, checking their speed and distance across the ground. They will then slide a downwind leg and a base leg 90 degrees to the target. And watch as our assistant team leader, Staff Sergeant Nicholas Orozco, brings it into the target. He will make his minor corrections, keeping his concentration on a small loop in the center of the orange X to land for a beautiful deck center landing. The trail of smoke each jumper leaves in the sky is created by two M18 red smoke canisters, which emit a continuous stream for up to 90 seconds. Watch as the final jumper uses his concentration and focus to land. Beautiful target area landing. High overhead. May notice this Corpus Christi have become entangled. These jumpers are performing a facet of the sport called canopy relative work. Due to the aerodynamic design of these Ram Air parachutes, it is possible to fly one parachute right up to the hand of another jumper without adversely affecting its flight characteristics. These jumpers are held together by a specially designed strap, which allows them to steer their parachutes with both hands while keeping the formation together with as little effort as possible. They then orient their parachutes in the down plane and dive straight towards the ground. These jumpers are now accelerating earthward at speeds in excess of 80 miles per hour. As they near the target, you may hear the pilot give the command of ready, break. And both jumpers will separate and bring it into the target area for beautiful target area landings. The United States Army parachute team was formed in 1959 at the home Fort Bragg to the North Carolina removed their equipment and donned the distinctive maroon beret of today's modern paratrooper. I would like to introduce the jumpers. But first, performing the difficult duties of ground control. From Ponce, Puerto Rico, he is an airborne military intelligence analyst with 245 free-fall parachute jumps. Specialist Eric Garcia. Performing the technical task of wingsuit videographer. From Reading, Pennsylvania, he is an airborne wheeled vehicle mechanic with 1,806 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Tyler Becker. Performing as videographer from Miami, Florida, he is an airborne ranger with 1,952 free-fall parachute jumps. Staff Sergeant Dan Gerlach. And now for the jumpers. From Bangor, Maine, he is an airborne career counselor with 1,128 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Joshua Evans. From Yuma, Arizona, he is an airborne parachute maintenance technician with 1,807 free-fall parachute jumps. Staff Sergeant Nicholas Orozco. From Locust Grove, Georgia, he is an airborne combat engineer with 1,210 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Justin Drake. From Dallas, Texas, he is an airborne infantryman with 1,609 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Griffin Mueller. From Montezuma, Iowa, he is an airborne nurse with 2,269 free fall parachute jumps. Staff Sergeant Skylar Romberg. From Houston, Texas, is an airborne parachute maintenance technician with 4,615 free fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Jesse Robbins. From Springfield, Missouri, he is an airborne motor transportation operator with 4,200 free fall parachute jumps. Staff Sergeant Logan Maples. Golden Knights in free fall, the team leader of the goal demonstration. Sergeant First Class Justin Brenner. Ladies and gentlemen, from show left to show right, a high-speed flyby our C-147 gun aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present the gold demonstration team for the 2025 Air Show. All members of the Golden Knights. This concludes our performance for the weekend. And on behalf of the entire team, I would like to thank each and every one of you for being such a warm and receptive airborne audience. In closing, I leave you with this final thought. In the future, may all your days be prosperous and your nights golden.
Ladies and gentlemen, your United States Army Golden Knights. Fantastic job. Wow.